Coming up, passion and a search for the truth. The result, a groundbreaking documentary, and you'll meet the man behind it. And should Oklahomans be worried now about the Zika virus? This and more on Perspectives. Hello, I'm Sam Jones. You know, I've been thinking about our state budget woes. This is a great state, but it seems as though because of the budget shortage, just about every department is facing less money to work with. Then along comes the governor with a bag full of ideas that she says will fix the problem. Among her ideas were a couple that caught my eye. One had to do, of course, with raising the price of school lunches and applying the increase to teacher raises. Do you suppose she knows the high number of students that already qualify for financial assistance to pay for their lunches? She also mentioned raising the price of prescription medication and using that increase to help with the budget. Well, what she didn't mention is why, knowing we were facing such a large budget crisis, she allowed a tax cut to go into effect last month. Here's something else she didn't mention in her State of the State speech. According to a story in the Tulsa World, thousands of Oklahoma State employees were given raises last year, despite dire warnings of an approaching budget shortfall and a salary freeze ordered by the governor. The report went on to say state agencies also promoted around 1,000 employees and hired several thousand more to fill vacancies. Turns out Governor Fallon's personnel freeze wasn't much of a freeze at all. According to the story in the Tulsa World, the governor gave each of her cabinet secretaries the authority to grant exemptions to the freeze when justification could be shown. So it appears they took that football and ran with it. According to the Tulsa World, over 13,000 waivers were filed. And remember, too, that the governor refused to accept millions of dollars from the federal government that was available and still is under the Affordable Care Act. That money, of course, would have helped hundreds of thousands without health care insurance and would have taken care of a great deal of pressure that's right now on rural hospitals. Before I close, what about spending in the Attorney General's office? According to News Oak, the office of Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt, a small government advocate, has grown in a time of state cutbacks, moving into expanded and higher-priced office space, and, of course, adding dozens of new employees, thus boosting expenditures. You might want to question how many lawsuits has he filed against the federal government, how many has he lost, and what did all of that cost? Now, as I understand it, the governor would like to run for Congress. The Attorney General intends to run for governor. You just got to love Oklahoma politics. You know, somebody once said, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But it was Will Rogers who pointed out back in 1930, you can't get money without taking it from somebody. And that's my perspective. Who is Emmett Lewis Till, and why is his story so very important? An explanation when we come back.